talking about entanglement of energies, and they're talking about how when we are entangled with a memory, entangled within the energy, it pulls you into the energy stream. It's really important. Gently you open up, you feel in everything. You feel in the waves, the tsunami effect across the whole world, and especially if you're tuning into social media as well and news. It's like, whoa. So yeah, it's hard. So you're picking up on the other individual's energy. Now imagine this is not just one person. Imagine then you have family members that you have conversation with, or how they are thinking about you, whether they're having a proper conversation with you, a physical conversation. They are also loading their energy onto you as well. Mind keeps focusing on certain situations, certain topics, certain memories or experiences that have happened. You become locked in a time warp. It just goes round like just round and round and round. It becomes more like a giant knot. Okay, they're coming loud and clear, coming in closer. Okay, so what they'd like you to do is, as we're all sitting together and we're all tuning into each other's energies, they just said, and you'll be able to feel us, we're coming in, there's all of them here, all the guides, thank you all being present, all shown up present and correct, someone just said. Okay, then when you just close your eyes now, so you're just bringing yourself into this circle. It's almost as if we're physically connecting to each other. So just close your eyes when you're ready. And that's it, just closing your eyes and just bringing yourself into this space. Thank you. They just said, you all have busy days, but just take this moment in time, just bring yourself into this space. And you're always going to be present with your breath. So breathe at your own pace, please. Thank you. They just said, breathing in gently in and out of your physical body. You know how this works. You have been perfectly working very well with your lungs and your heart for many years. Just bringing in and out that breath into your physical body. That's connecting you to your present self. Thank you. Very good. All doing a very good job. They're feeding into your energy. Okay, we have a guide that's coming in and now really listening in and tapping into your energies and filling into your space. So be mindful of being present in this present self. Very important where you are resting. Be mindful of having an open heart, open mind, part of the collective energy. Just bring that light energy into your physical body, welcoming that light energy as it comes in now through the tops of your heads. White energy coming through your crown chakra, just allowing the energy just to pour in like a waterfall of light, just bringing yourself present into this present moment and just connecting. And at the same speed and same time and same pace, also the heart energy, allowing the heart to expand open, just filling into the heart. As if you're sitting with close friends, so you're bringing it all together. Imagine that you're all sitting there holding hands, almost like over a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever it is your taste of delight. And you're just sitting there with each other. This is good. This is good. And so you're feeling into the energy. You're allowing yourself to feel into the energy, drinking the energy of each other. That's it. Feeling very closely connected to each other, all knowing each other around the world. Good. Breathing in and out gently for yourself and being very present. You can feel your sitting bones, that you are sitting where you are at this present time, dropping out from your head, dropping down any other thoughts that's in your head and dropping down into your body to centralize, to core yourself. This is good. Good. I know it's not easy for yourselves as your minds wander off. And that is our topic for today. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back into this space and connecting to each other's energy. Welcome, 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 welcome. Lovely to see each and every one of you. So first, we're going to talk about something, just something that's, we would say on our minds, but it's not necessarily on our minds. We are connected to all of you. So we do tap into the information that most of you are sending out. Sometimes it's very busy. We're going to look at entanglement. There's some entanglement that is occurring, which we shall explain. Entanglement of energy meaning who may be thinking of you, what you may be thinking. You may be thinking of your past, you may be thinking of what's coming in the future, but many of you do not live in the present. And we are aware that many of you are not engaging or listening into the present moment. And this is affecting your energy. Now, entanglement of energies. Now, let's imagine that it could be friendships, relationships with partners. It could be a whole collective. It could be relationships with siblings. It could be your friends. It could be your colleagues. But when you're engaging in a conversation or engaging in a type of form of communication, you're left with that energy. There's an energy trail that sometimes can wipe you out, which will retract and go back, rewind one moment. So when someone is having a conversation with you, whether it's by text, by message, by email, by conversation, whether it's face to face, however this conversation's happening, you are connecting. Your entanglement of energy is connecting with the other individual. So you are automatically in their energy stream, their energy line. You see this frequency, you see? And what happens is when you're engaging in this conversation, you also, those of you who are awakened, those who are hearing this message, those who are sitting here with us today, you're psychic, you're very in tune. Some of you are mediums, and you're engaging in the conversation. So what happens is when you start having conversations with those who haven't quite read the program, meaning they haven't done their work on themselves, they tend to offload everything onto you. And you tend to get caught up in that information that you're hearing, you're feeling, you're sensing, maybe tasting, if you're having a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is, or a piece of cake you're sharing, whatever it is, but your engagement with them. And so it leaves you with a deposit of their energy with you. And if you are not mindful, or maybe not understanding or not knowing, or maybe not even in tune with that particular person, or maybe haven't given it much thought, and then you move away and then you feel tired, and then you feel heavy, and then you feel you can't sleep, and then you feel drained of energy, it's because your physical bodies actually have had an offload or deposit from their energy stream. So it's like they leave energy all over themselves. It's like having a toddler that's chucking toys all over the place and you get in their way and you picked it up. Or let's see, it's an energy slipstream. It's like, not that we want to maybe go down this avenue, but it's very much like you see the planes, they have the trails in the sky. It's very much like you're picking up on that trail of energy. So you're picking up on the other individual's energy. Now imagine this is not just one person. Imagine then you have family members that you have conversation with, or how they are thinking about you. Also, you have the energy of those family members, because every time they think of you, whether they're having a proper conversation with you, a physical conversation, they are also drop loading their energy onto you as well. And so it becomes layers after layers after layers after layers after layers after layers. Then you might have the person down the road that you accidentally cut them up in the car, or you buy the last cake, they want that cake, or you bump into them. Literally, you can bump into somebody and then their energy is transferred over to yourself. You'll pick up their energy stream too. You may have old relationships that still maybe not have finished in their mind, in their head. And because it's not finished in their head, you also have a deposit from their energy stream that's in your energy slipstream that stays entangled with your energy. If you think of your relationships over the last couple of years, that you're connected to individuals, friends, partners, colleagues, and this is interweaving the energy stream. And it's a bit like Velcro that is difficult to unpull if how they're feeling and thinking about you. So however they are thinking and feeling of you. So say, for instance, somebody may have misinterpreted something and they thought, oh, we've been great friends, but somebody moved away, or somebody's got a new job, or someone's made major changes. And depending on how they are thinking and seeing the situation, again, that energy entangles within your energy stream and it becomes locked. And you can feel tired and you don't even realize. And then suddenly, how do you know that this person is still thinking of you, or a friend or a partner or a neighbor or a sibling, or an argument that may have played out years ago? Well, because you feel tired. And sometimes they'll come into your mind and you might think, oh, I wonder whatever happened to them. Or they come in your mind when you're dreaming, or a repeating pattern occurs with somebody else in your life, which is very similar to that situation. It's because of the energy slipstream, like Velcro, won't let go of you. because you have to be consciously aware that whatever it was is finished. It's done. Now, there are many ways to do this. It's easier when you can connect to their higher self. When you connect to their higher self by saying to them that you wish them well, it's time to let go. Because then you're coming from the present self. You're not relying on the past energy that you would have had in that friendship, that relationship, that communication. You're coming to the present self. You're coming to this alignment with yourself. You're saying, I am done. We are finished. Thank you very much. Thank you for what you brought into my life. It's time to let go. Your energy stream has changed. It's like fishing nets. Imagine. The fishing net goes into the ocean. You're fishing. When someone thinks of you, it's like you get caught up in that fishing net. And it's very hard to get out once you're stuck there. But it's about letting yourself out. It's freeing yourself. It's about the change that you see in yourself. It's about who you are becoming now. So if this net had squares this size or that size, whatever it is, and you originally got stuck in that net because of the energy of who you were. So for instance, you was a bigger fish, like a tuna or whatever. Because of the situation, the relationship you had with this fishing net, you were a tuna. That was from before. As you are changing, as you are developing, you've now become the tiny little white little silver fish. And now you can wiggle your way out because you are no longer entangled within that connection because your energy has changed. You shifted. But if you stay in the same energy stream, if you try to be the tuna in this big fishing net, you cannot leave. You cannot escape because you are thinking the same way as you did before. So to escape this fishing net from the fisherman, fisherwoman, fisher person, whoever, the idea is to change your energy. You change your frequency of how you see yourself. And many of you that I'm sitting here with you now have changed your energy frequency. But sometimes when you get pulled back by the fisher person, then what happens is you pop back into tuna size because you've gone back into the frequency of being the tuna, you see. I'm sure there's better ways to explain this, but this is how we are seeing this right now. But it's about the energy entanglement, and we like the idea of the fishing net is the entanglement of the energy streams. They're getting caught up. So the idea is anytime that you engage in a conversation, whether it's in your mind, thoughts on reflecting back to a past situation, a memory, you're becoming back to that tuna fish. And you're no longer that little silver fish that can swim in and out. The little white bait. So the idea is if you can be focused on the moment, from experiencing life from the moment, you remain the silver little fish, not unless you want to change into a crab or a lobster, but there's something else. And whether you then get stuck in the fish in it or not is another thing. So we are suggesting when we bring this information up, many of you may be feeling tired, worn out. We would suggest that you look into your energy stream. So we want you to try this little exercise for one moment. So closing your eyes just for a moment. And so you're just going to check in with your energy stream. So just imagine like a body scan of white light energy moving through your physical body. So moving down through the top of your head. And you're searching for any other colors, any other frequencies that's happening within your body. So as you move down through the top of your head, allow that white light to gently cleanse through the energy and just be mindful if there's any debris there, anything that's you're aware of. So coming down from the top of the head, down through the eyes. Are the eyes picking up on anything that how you are seeing the world? Is there any colors around the eyes? Are the eyes clear? Are they cleansed? How are your eyes seeing the world right now? Any colors, anything that comes to mind? Is there any people around you that comes to mind which could still be holding on to your energy stream, whether that's a text message, an email, somebody you bumped into, somebody you're thinking of? And then just come down through the top of the head, the eyes, and see if your ears can hear anything that you should be aware of, anything that you are hearing, that you heard in your thoughts, that you hear around you, that can still be in your energy stream, that might need cleansing. That white light of energy coming down. Come down now to the throat area, just feeling into that physical body of how your body's feeling right now. That white light of energy. Just feels any words that are stuck still. Anything in the jaw, anything that you may be holding on to, any frustration, any anger, any words you haven't said, or words that may come up that you feel that you've spoken today or the last couple of days that are sitting there that need to be released. Just allow that white light just to move through. Coming down now to the shoulders, any tension in your shoulders, feeling as if, is there anything that you're holding on to? The worries of the world balancing on your shoulders, and just tune into where that energy may come from. Who is that that's giving you, that is passing that on to you? How are you feeling? What's occurring? And then moving the white light energy now to the lungs, what you've been breathing in, the environments that you have been in, the environment, the people that you have been around. Feel there's any tension in the lungs, the chest, in the heart center. Is there anything that's occurring that could be tight? How are you breathing? Are you able to breathe freely? Again, this could be connected to somebody's energy, that how they may be holding you stuck in their thoughts even, how they may see you. Any wounds there, anything you're carrying, any trauma, any love, any hurt, any loss that you could be feeling. And then moving it down, now coming down to the stomach region and the digestion system. This digestion system has a great way of communicating with your body about how your gut is digesting situations right now. And feel into it, see if it's connected. Is there anything going on with your stomach, your bowels? Just feel into that energy center. Constipation is one that holds on to information, sometimes fearful. Affects money as well. That's interesting. Any issues with money, you could be feeling that in your digestive tract right now. And then coming down that white light energy, moving down to the hips. What are you holding? Female or male, what are you holding? That balance of feminine, masculine energy. How are you feeling? Do you feel fragile? Do you feel vulnerable? Are you feeling anything in your pelvis region? That balance now, the masculine, feminine energy. Is something off balance right now? Are you more in the masculine energy, more in the feminine energy? Is there individuals around you in your life that may be placing you into that situation, that may be making you feel that you have to sit into a certain energy level? In the ideal world, that it should be equal to some degree. Feeling having those moments of stepping into masculine or stepping into the feminine, but moving freely and flowing. And then coming down through the legs. What's going on with the legs right now? What is it that you could be holding? How do the legs feel? Feel that. Are you able to move forward into your future self? Or are you feeling that you're being held back? What's going on? What's holding you back right now? Is there something that your body is communicating with you that maybe you need to look out for that? Again, there's all this entanglement. Your feet, how grounded do you feel in the energy of yourself right now? How are you showing up on this planet? Your feet are a clear indication about balance in your life. Are you having balance? Have you created balance? Work-life balance, love balance, friendships. Feel into your physical body. Your body is always communicating with you, and you're entangled with energy of others all the time, whether it is that you're messaging somebody on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, any forms of social media. You're connecting to them, whether you know that individual or not. That energy is connected. Cleansing your energy, almost now allowing that you're being mindful as you're expanding out into your energy stream around you, that if you were like a butterfly opening their wings right now, feeling as there's any energy attached to anything from those who are communicating with social media or your emails or text messages or friendship groups or people that you've met, just tune in. Allowing yourself to expand out. If you feel uncomfortable expanding out, maybe because there's energy encroaching on your energy, have a little look like shining a torch, almost like in a dark room. Shine that torch around your energy stream. Are you picking anything up? Because your energy is your energy frequency, and it's your job to be mindful of it. Gatekeepers will help to protect it, but you have to keep checking in from time to time. Signs that there is something going on energetically are signs of tiredness, heaviness, lethargic. How you might be feeling in your present body can be connected to others' energies. Why this is important is because it's about your expansion at this time. You may even want to tune in and to see if you can feel into any guides right now, any angelic energy, loved ones coming in. Just tuning in and tuning out. Just allowing yourself as you breathe in and breathe out, that expansion. Has there been a change in your guides? Can you feel any differences? You're expanding out now. Just tuning in what's occurring around you, because as you change your frequency, as you're growing and expanding, so are your guides. The connection to your higher self is changing. It's all around you. Many, many changes. Just tuning into your energy from time to time. It's energy maintenance. And as you bring back into your physical self, now coming back into the heart center, coming back into the head, drawing yourself in, and taking stock of what you might have felt. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back into the space, and come back wherever you've been, come back. They're talking about entanglement of energies, and they're talking about how when we are entangled with a memory or relationship or something that's happening for you, a situation, you become entangled within the energy. It pulls you into the energy stream. So depending on that relationship or friendship or whatever it is that's going on in your head or the connection with somebody else, you're being pulled along and sometimes pulled back, right the way back into a situation that you might find difficult to get out of. Or every time you think about it, you might feel really quite down about it, or sticky, or headachy, or something that's happening. Okay? Now, there can be also good memories going back as well. But what they're trying to say is it's about being present in this moment in time. So they're trying to make you aware of that, because there's going to be some changes, changes on the planet that's happening. And so they want you to be mindful of your own compass. They want you to be mindful of how you might be feeling when you're being pulled, and also pulled in the other direction too. So got to be mindful of the energy. So I'm bringing this to the group right now that's sitting in front of me, and what's come up for you. And the conversation about entanglement of energy and the conversation about being pulled backwards and forwards. So I have a few people saying, yes, it makes sense. Does it make sense? Okay. And then they just said, so what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Because it's around you. You're being mindful of feeling it and feeling pulled in different directions. So they said, does anybody have a question about this or anything that's coming up? Oh, that's right. So as I've used this before with the crystal, in the sense of this crystal represents our soul, and this represents many sides to us, okay? And it also represents how we engage with others, our interaction with others. So example, I always use this, me with my mother, I'm 57, but when I go to see her, she still sees me or treats me like a 5-year-old, because that's her engagement with me. So when I'm with her, if I I don't want to be treated like a 5-year-old, there's more energy linked up and tied to that, as in, I don't want to be treated like a 5-year-old, don't treat me like a 5-year-old, and that then the energy's there. But if I just go, okay, this is just what she needs to have the engagement or the communication with, just let her do it, because it's not bothering me at all. And when I step out of, when we have that this discord, we're stepping out of our inner peace, our inner calm, that alignment with our soul power, and we're just engaging with that fight, and it's that tug of war. When we just go, oh, well, that's the relationship that she wants to engage with, I just go back into my core center, and but I know who I am. And this is the thing, when we're not sure of who we are, we get entangled with other people's energy. It's easier to lock on or latch onto it or be magnified into their other energy stream. It's like we have to prove something, or we are so aware that it's not like our own energy stream, and that's what actually pulls us towards it, to be honest. So an easier way to do this is by having more contact, in the sense of building that link to our higher self. Higher self just means that soul wisdom, which resides actually here in the heart center. So it's like a frequency that, that, imagine those heartbeat monitors sort of thing. It's like that's our frequency that we're sending out, we're transmitting out into the world. But when we engage with others that we aren't feeling the same way, or we don't agree with them, or we are entangled with their energy because they make us frustrated, like work colleagues, family members, whatever, it's almost like there's a blip that goes up on the heart meter sort of thing, and then we get entangled with the energy, and we're like, we can't break away from it, and it gets into a fight, which actually reinforces that energy stream. So if we can just go back to our core center and just focus on that, focusing on us, ourselves, and let our higher self, that's our soul wisdom, our soul knowledge from our heart center, just go, I send them love and light, or whatever it is. I'm not engaging in that. Myself as me, I'm not engaging in that. I leave that to my higher self to have a conversation with their higher self. I'm disengaging with that. It's different. You don't engage with their energy stream. So if we have in our minds, because our minds are very good at interpreting situations, but our minds are only going to see it from what we're being triggered, or we're tapping into the energy stream at any given time. So our minds sort of reinforce sort of everything that's going on in that situation, until later on when we look back and we go, oh, I can see it from a different light, because we've changed energetically. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we've moved on so far ahead in the future that when we look back, we're like, oh, well, if only I'd known that. But because we see it more from where we are, from a different standpoint. So we can only really do that, thank you, they said, from our higher self, we will see from a different standpoint. So where we are in our physical selves, where our minds, when we become entangled in it, we get stuck in it, and it's hard to see from a different perspective. But if we learn that instead, we're going to just stay aligned with ourselves, our core, who we are, and then just to point it to our higher self, which is the soul consciousness, our awareness of who we are. If we just say, right, I'm just going to let my higher self deal with this, then we stay aligned, and our higher self is working with their higher self. When we're working human to human, we're working with the energy frequencies of who they are right now, and that's everything they're going through in their everyday life. So if they're going through pain, they're going through trauma, they're going through a heavy workload, we're engaging with that. But when we appoint our higher self by going, I'm just going to focus on how I'm feeling right now. And it's not easy when I just say it, because I'm arguing with them when they're telling me. But if we can just go, right, okay, I'm just going to hand that over to my higher self. I mean, I've started doing that quite a lot recently. I'm like, well, okay, that's great. My higher self will have a conversation with their higher self. They'll give them more of an enlightenment energy sort of thing, That's how we help others, by when we disengage with them. Because in our minds we can hope something will change, but again, we're working on that mind energy, and again, however we are feeling, we're engaging with that energy. So we need to go back to our higher self and go, heart center, I know who I am. Because as you said, the more that you become in tune, the more you become psychic, the more that you're aware of this information, you can then be thrown backwards and forwards like a little ping pong ball against each of the walls, bouncing off really quick, because you're bouncing off into their energies all around you, and there'll be parts of you that will get caught up in the energy stream. So the idea is, have a go by saying, right, this is me, how I'm feeling right now. I'm just going to disengage with it. I'm asking my higher self, which is my soul consciousness, to assist me, to address me. Just go off and talk to their higher self and address it that way. And then let me know, report back what your findings are. Hopefully you'll see the difference. And they're like, well, they can't understand because you're coming from a human perspective right here, right now, and the relationship that you've got with them. Whereas if you turn around and say, my higher self is just going to deal with it. How amazing that now you can see from the work that you've done on yourself, tuning in psychically and breathing in and out and using your energy fields, that you're tuning into others' energy, which is brilliant in one way, because you're noticing it's not your energy, that you are picking up their energy. And so psychically you're in tuned in energy, becoming tangled with their energy. And then you're going, okay, is this mine? Is it theirs? If it's not mine, please take it away. And then you're becoming aware, actually, it wasn't mine. Phew, I was anxious. It's not mine. It's actually the other person's energy. So this is the whole thing about learning about energy. It helps you to learn to detach. Now, what you were just saying is that, yes, if you align your own energy and you go, I appoint my higher self to take care of this, you're stepping away from it. And then you're aligned. You're so aligned. You're being your sovereign self. And then what happens is you will vibrate out energy like a beacon, like a lighthouse. You'll be sending out light, and you won't have you don't it's effortless. You don't have to work at it at all. It's the minute we think it's really hard work to do this, then we know we're in our head and we're not into that energy self and working with our higher self. So that's the difference. You'll feel the difference. I want you to practice that. To practice as in, I'm sending this to my higher self. My higher self needs to have a conversation with them, because your higher self will tackle it from different perspectives, but that will be dealt with. Whereas our own self at any particular moment, depending on what we've got going on in our lives, is going to be handling it from either our 5-year-old self, our teenage self, our adult self, or whatever it is. But we need to step out of it just by saying, right, okay, I leave it to my higher self to be dealing with this. And your higher self will know exactly how to be dealing with it, because your higher self knew this was going to happen. So yeah, I want to report back. Thank you. Great question. I love that, because I know others will need to hear this. It's really important. Gently you open up, you feel in everything. You feel in the waves, the tsunami effect across the whole world, and especially if you're tuning into social media as well and news. It's like, whoa. So yeah, it's hard. So good point. Thank you for sharing. By being in a group like this, in a community, you're all vibrating similar energies, and you're all picking up and you're all bouncing off energies, and it's great because you're all open, that you're actually tuned into the message. So one person might ask something, one person might say something, and the other person like, oh, I've just received the answer to something I was thinking of because that person just said it. And you might even realize that when you're saying it. So that's why it's good to be around those like-minded individuals, so that you are picking up energy from each other and you understand it. It's brilliant. Lovely. I love it. Thank you. It's having that trust in them, isn't it? I love it. Because your guides are always trying to communicate. Your higher self is always trying to communicate. Whether you want to see it as God, our angels, the universe, always communicating with us. But when we're living in a world, a 3D world, we get bounced about all over the place and we're unsure what's going on. And then we go into that mindset of like, I don't know. Confusion comes in and like, we lose that disconnection for a bit. Well, we think we do. I love it. How does one live with, if someone has been sexually abused or child abuse, and the information you've read from such a young age, and maybe going into different therapies and working through different ways to untangle the energy of those memories or those faults or those emotions? How do you untangle? How do you separate them if they keep coming up to light? They said, thank you very much. Well, they just said, the thing is, there's many lifetimes and many times of yourself, many lifetimes and many times of your soul self. And they said it's the interpretation of your memories and your faults of what you have experienced. Now, we cannot be so specific, they said, in a sense of, because this is not a counseling session one-to-one, but generally they're saying to me that, thank you, the interpretation of the information that you are receiving at any given time, of what happens to you at different times of your life. This is not just about sexual abuse. This is talking about any abuse that's happened, or any trauma, or any memories that's happened. There is this repeating pattern that plays out in individual energy, because they can feel this now, they're tuning into your energy. But also they're aware that how it would be a repeating pattern in anyone's mind, consciousness, within the physical consciousness of themselves, their physical body as well. Within time, that would also play out continuously until there has been moved on, has dispersed. This is not just about saying that you need to let go of the memory. This is not what this is about, they said. There is something about a thought process that goes back. And yes, they will say that this also memory going back, this is past life stuff as well. This is part of your higher self and consciousness. There is remembering something that has happened in the past too. This is not just this lifetime. This is also past lifetimes. There's something that you may have remembered from a past life that still gets played out in this lifetime today. It's something that you may have thought and felt about yourself in a past lifetime that is still being played out there. So trying to find the answer in this lifetime to why that is still playing out in your head as a child, as the human, as the adult now, that's not where the answer lies. It doesn't lie there. It's still stuck. It still is repeatedly going back. There's something you needed to remember. The thought, the feeling that you felt going back, there seems to be a turning point, but there seems as if it's a soul going all the way back. So your soul, the feeling that's playing out right now, is it resides in a different part of you. So not in this existence of your human self as you are here now, but it feels as if it's being held somewhere else. So if something had happened to you traumatic in a past life, that whatever you had heard or thought or felt over the emotions in that past life, you are repeating the pattern. It's held there. So in this lifetime will make no difference. You trying to untangle it to do with this lifetime. It is a repeating pattern that goes back. It's held in a different lifetime. But it was a fault that you felt that you had to remember. You're holding on to a fault that doesn't exist in this timeline, this energy stream on the planet where you are right now. It is something that resides further back, to remind yourself of what not to do or to entangle yourself in an energy stream. So it is to go back to have a look at the energy stream of where it was first embedded. It was something that your soul needed to remind you of, like a knot in a handkerchief, to remind yourself of something you must remember. But you are looking for the answers here in this lifetime. That does not happen in this lifetime. It is further back. I don't know if that helps at all, but they were just very kept on repeating it constantly, but it's tied to something. It goes further back. Something about a memory that was sort of engraved. They sort of show me almost like it was I can think it's a bit like, it feels like a bit like a movie, like science fiction, as if like where people go back in time travel backwards and forwards. But that's what they show me, that your soul needs to remember something, and that's why it's played out in this lifetime. But the answer isn't this lifetime necessarily. It's not exactly what happened here. It is attached to that going back. Okay. To create harmony, they said, to create harmony and to create balance is to have equilibrium with many of you around you. So entanglement means friendship, relationship, family members, and so forth. Humor would also be considered as in child's play, as in being light energy. So if there's a lack of humor or light energy, that card will also show up, but that also can block your pathway, or that bridge, that link to what you is that you wish to achieve. So it's about creating that balance. So entanglement of other people's energies, of those that will be living in your environment, those people that you'd be working with, those people that you would see on a daily basis, or those people that you contact with, especially family members, your environment, they're just saying. So all the cards that you've picked up are making you aware that you've got to have that balance around you. And to be connected to your higher self, it's child's play. It's about having fun. When you have lack of fun, when you have lack of enjoyment, it then disconnects you. It disconnects you. So the idea of the cards, what they're coming up, and self-love. If you don't like yourself, if you think you're unworthy, not saying you particular, but I'm saying with that card is a great card to remind us that self-love is about that self-care. It's about taking the time for yourself. Like, what is it that you want for yourself right now? Not about others. So those cards, they play in harmony. They're picking up in areas of your life that if they were all, say, focused on or looked at, then you'd get that equilibrium, that balance. If not, you become entangled and blocked and stopped on your journey without even realizing. It's what you observe that changes the situation. This is the thing. When you begin to observe, that anyone listening to this, the thing is, the reason to go to your higher self is because your higher self has the answers. When you're the physical self in the 3D world, when you're observing something, you become locked, engaged, like Velcro in the situation. Whereas, do we always need to be locked into the Velcro situation? Sometimes it's good to detach yourself from that, in the sense of, I leave that with my higher self. Thank you very much. Let that be the light, that go on and address the situation. I'm learning what I need to learn right now. sometimes when you're moving in and out of a trauma or something that's going on, like disengagement with others, the mind keeps focusing on certain situations, certain topics, certain memories or experiences that's happened. You become locked in a time warp. It just goes round like it just round and round and round. It becomes more like a giant knot. And then what happens to the higher self? There's no communication. So the idea is to sit with this, daily practicing your cards, if that's cards is your thing. Sitting in meditation, if that's your thing, to talk to your guides, that makes it easier. Or to sit in meditation and talk to your higher self and ask for some assistance, or God or angels or whatever it is. Isn't that better to take that needle off the record instead of it keep playing on the vinyl and scratching it up? It's better than to say, okay, let me just come from a place of like balance, that I'm not thinking anything. I'm just like handing it over and then listening to their words. It's clearer. It's a lot clearer. What they're saying to me is, you studying yourself, your situation, this right now, it's opening up, learning that to how to communicate, learning more information about how the universe and the work that you're going to do. That's your study, they said. So all of this, what's been happening in your own personal life, is preparing you for what you're going to do. It's the great lesson. It's this massive lesson that you've been learning, that you actually asked for change. So they in a way, there was something that awoken you, that took. It's a bit like having the items on the tablecloth on the table, and the waiter pulls the table. It's like the cloth. It's like, everything's left there, but it's the tablecloth that's been pulled from underneath your feet, in a sense, rug, whatever. But they're sort of saying this is what's happening. So it's like, what do you want to engage in? And this is what they keep saying, is that as humans, what do you really want to engage in? Pick your battles. Do you need to be addressing whatever it is that's coming up right now? Are you ready to engage in that? Is that what you want to do? You have a choice. Shadow work comes to the surface, yes, but you're like the torch. You can shine the light into the shadow, but it's like sometimes it's made as if it's such a big, huge drama, where it's not. It's just, you can move through it. You have all the answers. It's just sometimes it feels as if we don't, because we get caught up with all the emotions and the experiences. I know, I'm human. I get caught up in the emotions too. But this is what these guys are saying. There was something that was coming up today, and I was sitting here with my guides, and Jodie, I sat here with my guides. I got the answer. I was like, oh, why don't I just remember? I can just ask them. It's like a telephone, and I teach this. So it's like, it's just making you aware that literally, so we're not so hard on ourselves constantly. Why is this not happening? Why is that not happening? When you go to these guys, it's like, yep, okay. And you're like, oh, thanks, I should have just asked in the first place. But that's what they're trying to say, is they're trying to help by giving some examples today and saying about the entanglement. And look, when you observe something, how it shows up in your world, and interpretation, how are you receiving it? What's going on for you? So whatever part of you needs for it to be addressed at any given time. Yeah. You hand over the trust to others rather than trusting yourselves. Why is it that you feel there is a separation from yourself, from how you are thinking and feeling about your physical form, your environment, your whole body? Why do you think it's separate? It is communicating with you. It is irregular. This is just like your weathers on your planet. It changes from time to time. This can heal itself. The energy layers can heal themselves. Your mind is precious in the sense it is the belief that you feel about what is occurring in your everyday life. If you can visualize the areas, the energy around yourself, and you can visualize how your cells live in a healthy habitat, then the cells will heal themselves. But the moment that you feel that you have to have external help, you're handing over to somebody else. Now, if that is your thing, that is up to your individual self. But the energy of your organs, your heart, your mind, your cells, all vibrate at a speed, and the thoughts and feelings that you have that come into your physical body are sending energy into your cells. The minute your mind worries or is in fear, it sends out a transmission to your physical body. Your physical body sends out transmission to the energy fields around you. If you imagine, if you are vibrating at a sickly energy speed, you will produce more of this as you step into that energy as you move forward. At any particular time, the energy of your physical cellular self creates the energy field you step into. If you allow your mind to have doubts or to think there is something not quite right, you create more of this energy field. It is as a beacon, the frequency you are transmitting out of yourself. So if you have that knowledge, same as when people feel, I do not want a situation to happen, because if that happens, I will lose my job. I will do this. I will do that. You are then creating the energy frequency for this to happen. Whereas if you can visualize using your mind complexities of the energy of what you imagine of that white light feeding your cells, you are creating more of that in your future self. You step into that future energy stream. You are creating the foundation, the structure of this physical stream of your health. Energy will renew itself with the frequency which you are transmitting at. If you are visualizing and feeling into healing itself, the layers of yourself you will create more of. The cells have to feel the frequency of that healing of itself. But the mind tends to remember what it's like when you hurt yourself or you are unwell. You have to train your mind to create the habitat of healthy emotions and feelings of what it feels like to have a healthy body. The cells will sometimes do what they wish to do because of the environment that you live in. They are responding to shock, to fear, to the environment, to foods. But you can also change the frequency through sound, through healing energy. There are many mechanical items you can use to help your frequency, and it's the energy that you surround yourself. There are some unhealthy energies in the sense of home environments, toxins, fungus, mold, heavy metals. Your body is constantly responding to your environment of those you allow into your energy stream. So this then can be changed. Okay, so when you're ready, just taking a moment for yourselves. Be mindful of your energy, be mindful of your breath, bringing yourself into this position. Really tuning back into yourself, disconnecting from any other thoughts right now. This is your space, your sacred space for yourself, giving to you what it is that you need to hear right now. Good. And as you're ready, being mindful of your breath as you're breathing in and breathing out. Every time that you breathe in, you're drawing the energy in around you. You're in receivership of love from the universe around you. As you breathe out, you're allowing yourself to extend fully. You're allowing to give yourself out into the energy fields. You're allowing yourself to connect. Again, as you breathe in, you draw in the energy back in through the pores of your skin, coming into the energy stream of yourself. Allowing that energy to freely move throughout your physical body. to move from your head, coming down all the way down into your heart center and dropping down into your pelvis, down through your legs, and really anchoring your feet. Allowing that energy to flow through you. Allow it freely to move as it moves up through your legs, now freeing, moving within the pelvis energy center. Being mindful of your feminine and masculine energy as it moves equally on both sides. And as it moves up through the core of your body, you're then allowing it to feed up into your digestive tract. The energy as it moves up through your body. Coming all the way up through the stomach so you can digest that energy as it flows through your physical body. Moving into the heart center. As you're breathing in and as you're breathing out, feeling your heart as it expands open out into the energy streams. Sending love and light energy out into those who need it in the world and beyond. Allowing that pulsation of love and energy for you to receive from the universal fields as you are breathing in naturally for yourself. Breathing in that light as you draw it all the way up to the throat center, freely allowing yourself to receive the information you need to receive and to freely be able to speak your truth. Allow the energy as it moves within the jawline as you freely allow it now to move up into the ears and allowing yourself to open up to hear, to receive what it is that you need to receive. As you allow the energy to come in, pouring in through the ears, bring it up now through the eyes. May your eyes see what it is that you need to see. Coming up to the third eye as you draw up the energy into the third eye so that you may see more with the intuition, that you are guided, the foresight that what you need to see. Coming up to the crown chakra, the head now, as you allow yourself to connect to the universe more, as you send up the energy beam like an aerial, as you're sending it up to connect to the energy fields around you. As you're expanding, there's almost like that cobwebs around you as you're expanding like the spider web as it springs open and moves out into the energy fields of the universe. You are in receivership of receiving the knowledge that you are ready to receive at any given time. The energies of the galaxies and the universe surrounds you with the light energy. Almost like the Atlantean period with that light, with the beam on the forehead, feeling at the crystallized energy of light as it moves through your physical body, feeling the sensations of the light as it hits the crystallized energy. As you're there now within the energy fields, feeling it as it pours into your physical body, you can feel it almost as if it's that pyramid or crystal light around you. Feeling that vibration of light as it moves around your energy fields. It's like as you are standing there within this crystallized pyramid, you can see that reflection of your higher self. As your higher self vibrates back to you and sends the information that it is that you need to receive. That higher self as you communicate, so that you can hear the sweetness of the sounds that you need to hear. The volume that's turned up loud so that you can hear more of your inner voice from your soul consciousness that also resides within your heart center. Allowing the alignment or the attunement that you are receiving now from the crystallized pyramid of light, almost as if there is this tune that begins to play out like a vibrational sound. Almost as if that if you're standing within this crystal pyramid now, that you can sense the vibration pouring into your physical body. As that white light moves within you, that iridescent light or crystallized energy moves through your cells, vibrating at a speed of healing. That light energy that pours into your physical body, clearing, healing, moving the sounds, the vibrational frequencies that you feel, releasing any blockages or boundaries that you may have around you, so that you can expand fully. And just like the sunshine as it gently hits against this crystallized pyramid, that you begin to feel that golden light as it moves around your energy field. This protection of light energy that guides that step forward, that helps to clear those vibrational feelings of lower frequency around your physical form. And as you're there within this crystallized pyramid, feeling the energy of the vibration, seeing almost like the mirrored effect of yourself as you stand there before the light. As you're there with one, feeling into the vibrational pool, feeling into your heart center, that sensation that vibrates internally and around you. Begin to pull it in as you are in receivership of receiving love. Love from the universe, almost like a pulsating purring that you begin to feel through your pores. And as you allow it to drop down in through your physical form, feeling as your cells vibrate, as you can feel that sensation of love and light, that connectionness with Source. And as you allow that energy to drop through your interior self, your core of who you are, you become aware as the energy flows through your physical body, coming down through your legs, and appoints you into the earth energy. And as you're there, feeling that balance within your energy streams, that alignment of energy of clearing and cleansing, feeling how your energy draws back in. As you breathe in and breathe out, you can feel that expansion, and now as it draws in, you can feel as it contracts, coming back down into the physical form, all the way down through. On the count of 3, as you gently become more observant and conscious of who you are, 2, become aware of your energy of who you are. 3, begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a nice deep breath in. Come back, wherever you've been, come back. Draw yourself back in.